contentment, joy, love. All of this expands our field from 5 meters to around 9 meters, 9 feet, 5 feet to 9 feet around your body. And the stronger this field is, the stronger your emotions are, and the more elevated they are, the stronger impact you have on matter. Why? Because you're vibrating more than matter. You're becoming more spirit than matter. So therefore, it is mind over matter. So if you experience these higher elevated emotions, you then have a greater impact on creating matter and influence on atoms around you and people around you. The higher you vibrate, the more people are going to stare at you, the more things that are going to happen better in your life, because the more energy that you're putting out positively. So this electromagnetic field is so important, and your emotions and your thoughts play a crucial role. You control your thoughts. This will then control your emotion, and then your emotion will control your magnetic energy. And not to mention, when we meditate, we turn our mind inward. So therefore, all of the attention, because where attention goes, energy flows. So where attention goes, energy flows. So if you turn your mind inward and put your attention on yourself, all of that energy is being internalized, and you can then redirect that into manifesting your reality. You can use this energy to manifest your reality. Okay? So the world will mirror back what we feel in our heart. This is a great saying. Whatever you carry in your heart, you will experience. Because emotion is energy in motion. The emotion you feel is the thought motion. So every thought you think produces energy in motion, which is emotion, which will then be put out into the quantum field, which is everything's in your mind, because the words you say, the things you feel, mold your mind, and your mind mirrors the external world. So you need to be careful what you're thinking, feeling, and saying and hearing. All of this has an effect on your external world, because it has an effect on shaping your mind. Okay, so controlling emotions, we need to get rid of the reactive emotions and use them intentionally. The more reactive you are, the more prone you are to lowering your frequency, which will have a great effect on manifesting your reality. We need to aim to reach them high states of emotion, to keep our cells, to keep our body high frequency. So I hope this lesson helped you. On the next one, we're going to be talking about maintaining this field. Lesson 7, frequency, vibration, and the law of attraction. This is so important. All of these lessons are important. So get your notepads out, take down some notes, because this one is a major one. So like we said before, everything is vibration. Everything is a vibration. Everything is a frequency. Everything is made out of light. Light is vibrating at a certain frequency. And within the realms of energy, the way how it works is that you attract what you put out. So you are what you eat. You are what you think. Whatever you put out is what you are going to get back. So it's like praying. If you pray from a place of negativity and suffering, you will get more back. You have to believe and become the frequency of what you want. Everything you already want exists as a state of frequency. Think about that. The thing that you want is a thought. Everything is a thought. Everything exists as a thought. What you want is a specific frequency. And you can experience that frequency before you even have it, before you even achieve it. You can become one with that frequency, with your mind and emotions. And this is the power of your mind. The power of your mind is that it can tune itself to anything. So you can tap into the frequency mentally and emotionally before you have something. And this is how you become the frequency and attract it to you. Like I said, whatever energy you put out, you get back. So if you become that frequency, you're going to influence magnetic fields, which is magic, You're influencing magnetic fields, which is magic, through frequency, thoughts, and emotion. Your present results are a reflection of your vibration. You only attract what you are. Everyone in your external world is a result of your vibration, and your vibration is a result of your thoughts and emotions. The people around you are on a similar vibrational wavelength as you. So if you meet someone, for example, you walk down the street and you meet someone, and you're two complete opposite people, you're not going to resonate with that person. Why? Because his mindset and your mind are resonating on two different frequencies, so opposite that you cannot clash together. You can't come together. You might not hate that person. His ideology, his thoughts, his beliefs, his loves and things he does, things he likes is all a frequency in his mind, and your mind is the complete opposite. Therefore, you will not become one with that person. The people around you have similar interests, similar likes, similar things to you, and that is a frequency in the realm of your mind. Everything began in the mind. It mirrors reality. I've told you this many times. So if you look at this room, everything you see in this room did not just appear there physically. It began in someone's mind. Someone thought of the lampshade. Someone thought of this design. Someone thought of this design of the sofa. And then someone thought to place it there. So everything is a result of mind. Mind is the first cause of everything. You're going to hear this a lot in this course because it's so true. Your life is a result of your mind. Your mind is your biggest tool. It's an infinite, limitless tool that you can use to manifest anything you want in your life. All you have to do is fill your mind with what you want. Tunnel vision. You have to fill your mind with what you desire and what you want, and it will come true. If you think and feel, if you believe it, if you fill your mind with belief and just that one thing, it will come true. It has to, because your life is a result of your thoughts. So everything you see in this room is all a manifestation of someone's invisible mind. Out of darkness comes the light. Your mind's the darkness, the physical realm's the light. You manifest things out of the darkness into the light. You see? So everything is a state of vibration, and we can tap into these vibrations through the mind. You control your mind, you control your reality. And this is all to do with vibration, the law of attraction. Because when you become frequencies, you attract that frequency back. This is how it all works. If you become a certain emotion, you're going to attract certain people around you that are on that vibration. Okay? Your mind is like a radio. You tune into different frequencies. Okay? You attract what you come one with. Whatever you become one with, that is what you attract. That is what you become. So it's important to keep your mind on high frequencies, to keep your emotions on high frequencies, on elevated states of emotion, elevated people, elevated thoughts. Because whatever you think and whatever you feel, you're becoming that vibration, and that is what will come to you. Lesson 2: planes of existence. These planes are all aspects of your mind. They are in you, they are outside of you, as above, so below. The Godhead is the sole purpose. This is how spiritual manifests into physical. This is the process that the universe goes through in creating the physical universe. So it starts with the Godhead, the sole purpose, then the mind, then the astral, then the etheric, then the physical. Everything is mental. Everything exists in the mind. These dimensions are not separate. They're all dimensions within your mind. They're different vibrational states, pretty much. So the mind is the realm of thoughts. This is where thoughts reside. There's no form to a thought. It's invisible. There's no physicality to it. It's the most lucid. The higher you go, the more lucid it is. The lower you go, the more solid it becomes. Okay? So the mental plane is the most lucidic. So the mental plane is the thought alone. The astral plane is the imagination of the thought. This is where the thought forms manifest into some sort of form. Not physical form, but some sort of form, lucid form. Like dreams. Then it goes to the etheric, then physical plane. The etheric plane is the blueprint. It's like a blueprint of the astral and the physical form. It's basically the realm of energy. This is where energy is, and frequency. And then the physical plane is where physical manifestations happen. So essentially, this physical world is a product and the world of effect. Everything goes through this is a world of effect. You can't change this world by manipulating it physically. You can, but it's not going to last long. It's not long term. This is where we get the saying, as above, so below from. You change the higher planes, you manipulate the lower planes. If you manipulate the astral plane, you manipulate the physical plane. This is a mirror effect. You manipulate the mental plane, you manipulate all of the planes. So these planes are how things manifest into physicality. Everything starts in the mind, then goes through the astral. Now, the higher, middle, and lower astral are the vibrational states of the thought, because remember that the mental plane is the thought alone. So, for example, I'm going to give you an example now. This is a chair. Think of a chair. Don't imagine the chair, just think of the thought of a chair. So you have the thought of a chair in your mind. Then now, imagine that thought. What form does it have? This is the astral plane. This is the imaginational plane. This is where you imagine things. So when you hold something in the screen of your mind, this is astral matter. You're creating out of astral matter. That's what imagination is. Depending on the vibration of that thought that you are manifesting in your imagination, depends whether it goes to the higher, middle, or lower astral. If it's a high vibrational form, high vibrational thought, you create the higher astral plane. This imagination will go into the higher astral. Or if you think of a chair to murder someone on it with spikes and kill someone on it, it will go to the lower astral plane because it's a lower vibrational thought form manifesting. So you got to use these planes to manifest things, to imagine things. You can manipulate the astral plane through astral projection. This is a very, very deep, this is a very occult teaching of astral projection, and that's going to be taught later on in another course, because that's not for everyone. But you can still access the astral plane through imagination, and that is how you pretty much get there. You use your conscious mind to project yourself, your consciousness, your awareness into the astral plane. So if you manipulate these higher planes of existence, you manipulate these lower planes. As above, so below. You got to look up. But it all starts in the mind. Use your thoughts correctly. Use your thoughts. Use your imagination. Use your energy and this will all combine to manifest something physical. Okay? So use these planes to manipulate this physical world, because whatever you do in these planes, you manipulate the lower planes. It's like a mirror. So that is the planes of existence. They all exist inside of you. They're outside of you. They're as above, so below, as within, so without. They are everywhere. They are inside of you. They're not separate. They're all aspects of your mind. Lesson 6. Maintaining the human electromagnetic field, the human energy field. This is an important one, people. You have to understand how this field works. Without this field, you can't pull things to you. You can't attract things. You know, the weaker your field, the more prone you are to diseases. The weaker the field, the less manifestation, the less power you have over matter. You have to have a strong field. Okay? This field is very important when it comes to manifesting and pulling things to you, attracting people. Because essentially this field is a manifestation of your internal state. So your internal state manifests this external field through your, the things you do on a daily basis contribute to this field and how strong it is. So to keep it strong, you have to realize that it's constantly changing based on your environment, the people around you, electrical devices, thoughts, emotions, and the food within the body. Now, every single cell in your body has its own electromagnetic field, has its own magnetic energy. And this magnetic energy can be weakened or strengthened by the food that you are putting in your body. So therefore, when we eat food that is processed, that is not grown under the sun, made in some sort of lab or manufacturing, wherever, it has no magnetic energy to it. It's vibrating so low that when you consume it, it's going to pull your energy. It's going to lower your frequency, it's going to lower your mood. It's going to just destroy everything about you. You don't want it in your body. You have to eat raw food. As much as you need as much uncooked raw food as possible, because the cooked food is what kills the magnetic energy in it, kills nutrients as well. But it's based off magnetic energy. They never want to tell you this. They want you focused on nutrients, minerals, but they'll never tell you about the magnetic energy, the etheric energy, about the food. Yes, meat might have some, nutritious benefits to the body. Flesh might have that. However, the magnetic energy behind it is negatively charged. Because the magnetic energy never leaves the food. Never. Energy can't be killed, cannot be destroyed. Therefore, the slaughtered animal is running, fear, traumatized, and all this negative energy is stuck within the food, and this is going to lower your vibration and weaken your field. So don't just think about nutrition, think about magnetic energy. You're an electromagnetic being. So you need to make sure you're eating food that is under the electric sun. When you stand under the sun, you feel that masculine, powerful electrical energy charging you in your body, in your cells. This is why you feel so much better when you're under the sun. It's because it charges you. It charges your body, your cells, your mind, your spirit, everything. It upgrades your DNA. The sun is amazing. You need the food that grows underneath the sun, because the sun crystallizes in the food. When you eat raw fruit that's grown under the sun, you're eating the sun. You're pretty much eating electrical currents. You're putting that into your body, and it's charging your body, charging the cells, because the cells produce electricity. Your body is made of water, which, contributes to moving electricity around your body. So your diet is very important when it comes to maintaining the strength of your electromagnetic field, because the weaker this field, the less impact you have on manifesting over matter and pulling things to you and magnetically pulling people and, surroundings to you. It's a magnetic field. It pulls things to you. The right people, the right places. So eat fruits and vegetables as much as possible. Grounding, putting your feet in the soil or in the earth. This will charge you. The earth is electromagnetic. This will strengthen the field, strengthen your body, strengthen your cells, put electricity in your body. Everything is just amazing when you ground, especially when you're stood under the sun as well. It's a double whammy. So grounding every day is important to keep the strength of your field up. So if you have a very weak field, you're just gonna, you're gonna attract negative people. You can sense it from a mile off. When you see a negative person, you don't even need to know them. You can just sense that they're very negative, very low vibration. You see it on their face. You feel it in their energy. It's a no-brainer. Energy doesn't lie, and this is because their field is so depleted. Because of the food, the thoughts, the emotions, they're so unattached from nature. And this is why it's so important to get back in touch with nature, back in touch with your body, and this will strengthen not only your field, but your mind and emotion will be better. So your diet plays a massive role. Grounding, very important. Proper thinking, being present. Your field is made out of your thoughts as well as emotions. Being present is a very important one, because when you put your mental attention into the future or the past, you're giving energy to it. So when you are in the present, you retain energy. Okay, you don't give energy away by retaining energy, by being in the present. Proper thinking. This is a very important one. So thinking is energy, mental energy. Every thought is either, positively impacting you or negatively impacting you. So every negative thought that you think, you need to think 3 more positive ones to try and counteract and balance this out. And over periods of time, this will create you to, think positive. And you need positive thinking. You're just dragging yourself down. You're slowing the process of where you want to go in life just by negative thinking alone. You see, your external world it's not actually external. The world is within you. You're not in the world. The external world is within you. So therefore, your mind is like the controller of your external world, because you are a result of your thoughts. Where you are in your life now, where you are right now listening to this, is an effect and a direct manifestation of all the thoughts that you have thinked in the past. Think about that for a minute. You are where you are in life because of the thoughts that you have thinked. I bet you've never realized that. Every thought, every decision has contributed to where you are right now. Therefore, you change your thoughts, further down the line, you change your external world, you change your life. You change the way you think, you change the people around you. It's directly correlated. The mind is a reflection of your external world. So every thought has an emotion attached to it, and the emotion is energy in motion. We've gone over this, which contributes to your electromagnetic field. So your positive emotion is going to strengthen your electromagnetic field. And when this field is stronger, the more impact you have on matter, the more abilities you have to pulling people to you and places. Okay, so your heart knows everything. Your heart knows what is good and what is bad. When you go against the inner guide, the heart's voice, you're actually weakening your field. You're weakening your willpower, you're weakening your mind, you're weakening your electromagnetic field just by going against that inner guide. When you know you're doing something bad, you're not only, mentally going to suffer, you're going to suffer energetically and physically. Because what affects your electromagnetic field affects your body. So do not go against that inner guide. The people around you have a massive effect on your field. So when you interact with someone, there's a balancing out of the frequencies. Every frequency does this. It's called binaural beats. Every frequencies do this. When two frequencies meet, they harmonize and they balance. So if you're vibrating very high and you meet someone who's vibrating very low, when you meet, your vibrations will balance out. So yours will lower and his will rise to counteract, so to balance out. So that person is essentially taking your energy if they're vibrating lower than you. So it's important that you understand and be mindful of the people who are in your surroundings, because they're either taking your energy or giving energy to you and, contributing towards your life. It's so important that you change the people in your life. If you want to heal your body, stop talking to the people, or don't chill with them as much if they just want to go out and eat Burger King every day. You see, it's not only physically are they going to take that, they're going to have, because their thoughts are in their electromagnetic field. So when you're around these people, you're gaining their thoughts, you're gaining their emotions. And this is why you feel so influenced. The word flu in influence. Because influence energy is like a flu. It's sticky. The people around are giving you energy, giving you thoughts, giving you emotions. So it's so important you keep clean-hearted people around you and people who contribute towards your life. If not, cut them out. If they're not contributing towards something in your life and you're not contributing something towards theirs, cut them out. Is it going to help you? No, then remove it. It's so important that you stick to this. So the people around you have an effect on your field. And like we say, the lower the field, the less impact you have on reality. The higher frequency you are, the more wave you are than matter. So I hope you learned a lot from this video. Lesson 13, mirror magic. This is all to do with mirrors and how you should treat mirrors in yourself. See, mirrors not only just reflect your vision and yourself, they reflect what you say, what you speak, and what you feel. They reflect energy. Okay? So it's important that you are saying the correct things and feeling the correct things in front of mirrors, because mirrors reflect back to you everything you say into them. They are a great tool you can use to reprogram your subconscious mind. Now, the good thing with this, you can do this when you brush your teeth. You can do this every time you see yourself in a mirror. You see, what you say into a mirror is also being reflected back to you, which is then reflected back to the mirror and done infinite amount of times. It infinitely reflects what you think and say and feel. So if you say a negative thing into a mirror, or you say, I am ugly, this is just going to constantly reflect back between you and the mirror and quickly and rapidly reprogram your subconscious mind. So it's important that you say the correct things in front of mirrors. Okay? Mirrors are a very powerful tool to change your mind and to manifest things. So if you get yourself hyped up, you think and feel and you say the things, your affirmations into the mirror, this is a very powerful way to become that frequency. Okay, it's all about giving high energy. Work yourself up, give energy to these affirmations that you say, and never entertain any negative thought, any negative emotion into mirrors, because mirrors are what are reflecting back to you. Okay, this is a very, very important lesson, because a lot of people are used to, doubting themselves in the mirrors and stuff like that. So you've got to make sure that you say very positive into mirrors and say, think and feel very positive things. And this will reflect back to you in energetic wise, and you're reprogramming your subconscious. Lesson 4, programming the subconscious mind. This is so important, people. You have to reprogram the programs that are in your mind. Everything is true in the subconscious mind. This is why the ancients had the golden rule: treat others like you want to be treated. Because if I go, like I said in the other video, if I go and call you an idiot, I'm calling my subconscious mind an idiot, which will then telling my subconscious that is what I want. So remember, it is impressed by emotion and repetition. These are the two main ways the subconscious mind is reprogrammed. Repetition. You tie your shoelaces every single day. You know how to do it. You know how to change gear in your car. This is repetition. You have created a program through this repetition. And emotion, the traumatic event that you had when you were young, you can remember that program, you can remember that day like it was today, very, very, very vividly, because of the strong emotion that you felt together, you felt at that point, which then created a mental program which manifests into your daily basis behavior, thought patterns, and actions. Old habits are programs. This is why you're trying to create your new life, you're trying to break your old habits. The reason why you're not breaking your old habits is because that habit is a program itself, that it has to manifest. It's so hard not for it to manifest, because it's part of the mind's automatic system. The mind has an automatic system which is running your body on autopilot. The subconscious is running your body's organs. It's telling your heart to beat on autopilot. That habit you have is an autopilot program. Therefore, you have to change this programming by accessing the subconscious mind and rewriting these programs through, like I said, repetition and emotion. Repetition and emotion, combining these two methods, will reprogram your subconscious mind. And when is the subconscious mind most accessible? 1 hour when we wake up and just before we go to sleep. Your brain is producing theta waves. It doesn't have to be then when these two are, doesn't have to be when you wake up or when you go to sleep. You can also create theta waves when you access deep meditation. Deep meditation. So you have to do these every single day as much as you can. Doesn't have to be when you wake up, doesn't have to be before you go to sleep. Whenever you get time or whenever your conscious mind floats over the idea of doing it, do it. Repeat affirmations constantly, as much as you can. And I mean every second of the day if you have to. Whenever you get the time, mentally say it, physically say it. Get these affirmations done as much as possible to reprogram that subconscious. It has to be in present tense. The subconscious does not know the future, does not know the past. It only knows now. It only knows you, doesn't know anyone else, and it only knows now. You and now is the only thing the subconscious mind knows. And everything is true in the subconscious. Therefore, thinking, feeling, and saying I am affirmations. It has to be in the present tense. You have to claim as if you are what you are saying. If you want financial freedom, say money is coming in constantly on a daily cycle or whatever, or I am financially free. Money is coming in. I am happy. I am healed. I am healthy. Whatever you are trying to manifest, believe it is true. Say it is true and feel it is true on a daily basis as much as possible. Most effectively in the mornings and at nighttime and in deep meditation. Every single morning, as soon as you wake up, it's the first thing that should be on your mind, is reprogramming the subconscious mind. Is feeling the emotion of that life you want, feeling the emotional state of your desire, rich, free, or happy, affirming your desire, listening to repeated affirmations. Download an app on your phone, whatever voice recorder, whatever it is, download an app. Record yourself saying, I am affirmations. I am healthy. I am rich. Money flows into my life abundantly. And listen to this every single morning. Every single morning for half an hour, 10 minutes, whatever. Do it every single morning as much as you can. And while you're listening to them, mentally say them. And while you're listening to them. Feel as if they are true constantly, as much as possible. You have to do this to reprogram the mind. And don't keep changing the affirmations. Listen to the same ones over and over and over and over again. And I'm telling you, you will know the affirmations off by heart. And it'll be that deeply rooted in your subconscious. You will literally think about it constantly. Once it's in the subconscious, once you have this deep new program of you feeling wealthy or feeling healthy or wealthy or healed, it has to manifest. Because what happens? The programs are manifesting 90% of your daily basis behavior. So if you create a program where you already feel like money is rolling in more than ever, or you are healed, that will manifest into 90% of your thought patterns, 90% of your actions, and 90% of your daily basis behavior. And it will be subconsciously. You won't even know you are acting upon this program because it's in the automatic system of your mind. This is how powerful this is. So if you create a program on, let's say you want to be financially free, and you've created a program, a memory, a paradigm, because you've been saying these affirmations and you've been thinking and feeling about this desired reality, guess what? You will be taking action according to that program. You will think the thoughts. You will do the things that person does of that reality. And you won't even know. This is how powerful it is. You have to do this. Mirrors are very, 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 very powerful. You have to stay aware of what you're thinking, feeling into a mirror, because it's a direct reflection. Be very careful what you're saying to mirrors, and never ever say anything negative into a mirror. Okay? Meditation. Find a comfortable position. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply in through the nose until your lungs are full. Then exhale slowly out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Bring all of your attention to the present moment and lose track of thoughts, environment, stress, if you're trying to fall asleep, as if you're trying to fall asleep. So, if a thought, because this will happen, thoughts will appear, then you just have to remove it. Thoughts will keep trying to appear into your conscious mind when you're trying to meditate. Bring your awareness to the present moment, and if a thought comes, remove it. And this will keep happening. Thoughts or little words or little voice will come, just remove it. Keep removing it. And once you repeat this process, you'll gain a meditative state, a sleepish state. Your body become relaxed. The body will start to sleep, but your mind will be aware. Your conscious mind will be aware. Now bring all of your attention to the emotion you would feel as if you've got what you wanted. Feel that reality that you have, that you wanted. Feel the financial free, the freeness. Feel it. Feel as if you've already got it. Feel as if there is millions in the bank. Feel as if you are healed. Feel as if you are running around happy, or whatever emotion it is of that desired reality that you want. Use your will to to hold this emotional state, like I said, the will is so important. You have to work on your will and imagination. They are very important. Use your will to hold this emotional state. Now you have to bring in your imagination, which is another higher faculty you need to work on. Imagine yourself being the person you want to become. What would you be wearing? Where are you? What would you look like? What would you smell like? Imagine, if you want to become financially free, imagine you are on a beach. Imagine you had the financial freedom. You had the freedom of traveling around the world. What would that feel like? Imagine the place you'd be. Imagine what you'd be wearing. Feel the emotion, your emotional state, and imagine it. Hold this thought and emotion for as long as you can and experience the life you want. And I'm telling you, you do this over and over and over, combining this with the affirmations on a daily basis. I promise you, you will reprogram the subconscious mind that deeply. Your life will change. Not only your life, it will start to steep into your emotions. It will creep on your actions, not your emotions. This program will creep onto your actions and you won't even know you're acting according to this program that you've created. And before you know it, you're working this hard towards this life, it will show up in your life. But like I said, cause and effect. You have to take action on this program. You have to take action on these thoughts towards your goals. You can't sit around meditating and affirmating every day. But I promise something will happen to trigger this program. You will make the right decision. You will go the right place at the right time and meet someone, or you will have a conversation with someone and something will pop up in your mind and you can just, that is it. Your life will change. This is so important. Affirmations and meditation on a daily basis will reprogram your subconscious mind. You can heal, you can manifest, you can attract, you can do whatever you want. You can get rid of depression like this, anything you want. Tell your subconscious mind you already have it. The stronger the emotion you feel, the more impact it's going to have on your subconscious. You have to do this, people. This is a very, very, very important part of manifesting, is the subconscious mind. Thank you all. Hello, welcome back to The Real University. Today we're going to be talking about hidden spells within the language, English language. This is why we call it spelling. A lot of people are already aware of this. However, I'm going to go over some words that have double meaning, meanings to them, behind them, which trick your subconscious mind. So the word grammar comes from the word grimoire, which is also known as the book of spells, or a magic book, on how to create magical objects like wands, amulets, how to perform magic spells, charms, and summoning and invoking supernatural entities such as spirits, which are on the other side of this physical reality. So what you must understand is what you say in this physical world is also happening in the astral world as well. So your words are spells. They cast spells into the spirit plane. They cast spells into your mind. They cast vibrational frequency into your cells in the water. Water holds a lot of energy, so we're going to be going all over this. The subconscious mind takes everything as truth. Everything you say is truth to your subconscious. And you should know this by watching the Manifestation Mastery 2.0 course. I talk about this. This is so important that you understand this, because everything is truth within the subconscious. It only knows you. Your subconscious mind, if you watch the course, you should know this, it's responsible for 90% of your daily basis behavior. The thoughts that you are thinking on a daily basis, the things that you do, the things that you say, 90% of what you do and say and think you did yesterday, because of the subconscious mind holds all of your programs. What you say is molding your mind. What you state is truth in your mind. It does not know the difference between a joke or it does not, it takes everything literal. It is literal. Your mind is a manifesting supercomputer. And whatever you say into it, it says that is what I want. So whatever you tell your mind, that is what you'll have. That is what you'll believe. So every word you say is truth within the subconscious. So this is why double meaning words have an effect on your subconscious. And this is why I'm raising awareness here. So talking is a tall king. You are either a tall king by talking, by using your words wisely, or you're a small king because you create big or you destroy yourself with your words. So talking is Phoenician. This is phonetics. So this is etymology is when you take the root words, but phonetic etymology is when you take the sound of the word. So talk and tour are the same, because when you talk, you're creating sound waves, which is a form of a light wave. And when light waves expand in all directions, it creates a torus field. And everything is torus fields. So if you affect one torus field, it affects every torus field in creation. As above, so below. So what you say is affecting the torus fields around you in your body. You are made out of these torus fields. This is why talking is torusing. You're creating light waves, sound waves, and you are permeating creation. And this is why the Bible tells you the tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit. So the tongue is what creates these sound waves that we are producing when we talk or speak. Okay? So this is what we are essentially doing, creating sound waves. And these waves are vibrating and they affect the cells in our body and everything. This is why words are swords. This is why the word is within sword. They are swords, they cut, they damage, because frequency is the only thing that can penetrate you without your consent. In the very beginning, the Bible, John 1:1, it says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God." This is obviously a metaphor. There was no spoken word out of a spoken mouth. It's basically saying God created the world with the use of cymatic frequencies, sound waves. Everything is sound waves, and this is observable. Geometry is the geometric shapes you see in the nature, like petals, how they're all perfect stars or five-pointed stars, or the Fibonacci sequence. This is all an effect of vibrational frequencies. It's all cymatics. Everything is created out of sound. Sound is the creation of the universe. So this is how powerful words are. It's a cymatic frequency. Hello. Hell. When you say hello, you're subconsciously implanting hell into your mind and the people around you's mind. This is why it's casting a spell. Even though you may pick up on it, but your subconscious picks up hell. That is what you're picking up. And that word holds a frequency. The word hell, when you hear the word or see the word, activates thoughts within your subconscious. It activates, it stimulates it. What is everything that resembles hell in your mind? But that goes on within the subconscious without you realizing. Bless. When I bless you, I'm actually saying be less. So you're not blessing someone. You're saying be less. Appreciate. Appreciate. Weekend is when you're weakened. You see, they've casted spells on our cycle of life. The weekend is when you're weekend. You are weakened from the weekdays, when the working days are the weekdays, And the weekend is when you're weakened and you rest. Because in the days, you are in physical or emotional shock, unable to think or react properly. This is the days you're in. You're in a daze in the weekdays. See? Parents are a pair who rents. Because you don't, well, in this world, we do own our children, but in the system, we technically don't. You're a pair who rents. Slaughter. They want you to think that slaughter is laughter. You see how it's implanting messages in your subconscious to make these things okay? They want you to think slaughtering is okay, so they put the word laughter in slaughter. I'm telling you, people, the people who made this language are satanic. They are witch. These people are wizards. We're getting ran by wizards. Dark occultists and wizards. That is who we're getting run by. And they've been running for thousands of years, and they know exactly what they're doing. They've covered all aspects. They've covered the language, the frequencies, the music, the food, the water. They control everything. In every aspect of your life, they have some part in it. And it's all occult knowledge through magic. It's all magic. It's all a form of magic. Awake. Awake is an event where the family and friends of a deceased gather before the funeral. That's awake. Why are we talking? Why is the word funeral? Why is death associated with being awake? See how they are planting subconscious messages in you. They want you to feel death. They want you to be the low vibration. And it's the same with mourning. Mourning is an expression of sorrow for someone's death. They're always associating death because these people they're running a death cult. It's a death cult. It's a satanic cult. A job is Hebrew for prosecution. Soldier is a soul dyer. If you go into the army, you're a soul dyer, that they just use your soul to die. And then you just wasted your time in physical incarnation. Because you never die. You will never ever die. Ever. You're eternal. You never ever die. This body is just a suit. So you're a soul dyer if you go in the soul, if you're a soldier. S-O-L means soul or sun, because the sun is a soul. Music. So we say music. See, M-E-U-sick. Music. See how it's me-you-sick? Music. Me-you-sick, because music is frequency, and frequency penetrates your body without your consent. The music we listen to today is making people sick, mentally, emotionally, and physically. What you hear, what you see, goes into the mind, goes into the body and the spirit. It destroys you. It's hypnotism. Music is hypnotic. It's a form of hypnosis. When you listen to music and you can't think. You can't think. It makes your body move without you even being conscious of it. It's hypnosis. It makes you sick. The right music is good, don't get me wrong, but the music they use today is making you, me and you, sick. And that's another one. When we say things are sick, oh, that's really good, so we say sick. It's another spell that you're casting. You're calling yourself sick. Your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference. You're calling yourself sick, ill. Spellcasters will often use the word abracadabra when spellcasting. This is because the word abracadabra in magic means I create when I speak. Every word you say is molding your mind in some form of way. Not only is it molding your mind, you're casting frequency, you're producing frequency, light waves, sound waves into the ether around you. Okay? This is another good one. Look at the 5 vowels. A-E-I-O-U. They tell you to speak it in this order as well. They teach you this order, this exact order. A-E-I-O-U. IOU, subconscious spell on yourself without you even realizing it. It's a subliminal message that you will not realize, but your subconscious will pick up. We are taught to speak them in a specific arrangement because the last 3 letters have a double meaning. You were never taught how the history of money, how it works, and how to obtain it, because your role in this system is to remain a slave. So they teach you this, AEIOU, and they do that when you are very, very, very young, because since the age of 7, so from 0 to 7, that is when your subconscious mind is wide open. So when a baby, why do you think they pick up on everything you do? If you say one thing, the next day they're saying it. It's because their subconscious is wide open to programs. Why? Because they're trying to learn what this world is. So their subconscious mind is wide open, taking in everything that you do, everything you say, your body language, the way you handle yourself, the way you talk to other people. They're taking in every little thing you say and do, and making that a program so they can understand this world and the people around them. And at the age of 7, that is when their programs are written for life, and they will basically go off them for the rest of their lives. This is why it's important to look after what you do in front of your children, not just what you say, your body language, the things you eat. They pick up on everything. They're trying to make a sense of the world. From the age of 0 to 7 in school, you learn this. IOU. It belittles you. You owe nothing. No one has right over you. This should not be real. There should be no government. We should not have. No one should be over you. Everyone is equal. Everyone is the I. Everyone is God manifested. So we don't owe anyone anything, but it's a spell in your subconscious. Signature. Sign your nature. Sig is sigil. A sigil is a magic. Is a symbol used for magic. A sigil nature. So your signature is your sigil, and when you sign that, it gives mental power over you. Once you have put your sigil into that paper, they now have mental power over you. It's magic. It's all a form of magic and brainwashing. Okay? When we say the word we're trying to use God to manifest that. Okay? Because comes from theo in Greek, which means God. So when we say theology, ology means the study of. Theology is the study of God. That's what theology is. Theo, when we say I am we are using God to bring it into existence. God is the I am. The I behind you, the I am, that's God. That's what manifested everything in your life. Everything in your life, that invisible creator inside of you has manifested everything you physically see. You are the invisible architecture, the invisible artist behind your life. The I, that's God. The only one. So when we use the word I am, this is how to bring the power to yourself. When we say I am strong, I am wealthy, I am free, I am financially free. When we say this, that I am, this is when we are bringing, we are directing vibrational frequency into our own being, into our own magnetic field, and into our own life. This is how we direct vibrational frequency and direct our word. So when we say I am directing my frequency into myself to manifest something external. Also known as the chi or the prana. It's just basically your magnetic energy. So speaking has the ability to change your genes and DNA expressions. When we listen to affirmations over and over and say them over and over for a long period of time, your genes will change. And your genes or a code for your external world, pretty much. Anything that is written in your genes will manifest into your external world. Okay? All of this is just done by your intentions, thoughts, and what you say. And if you think this is a conspiracy theory was a term invented by the CIA to discredit, confuse, ridicule, and disqualify any alternative information that contradicted the mainstream narrative. That's what a conspiracy theory was. It was created by the CIA for any belief that went against their mainstream narrative. Hollywood, the biggest spell casting scheme cult in the world. Hollywood. I'm going to make a whole lecture on this. Hollywood is Holywood, which comes from a holly tree, which the ancient Phoenicians and magicians used to take the holy wood. It was called holy wood because it was the best wood to make wands out of and cast spells. That's why they get their name. And what is the films? All the films, all the music that comes out of Hollywood, it's all a form of magic, subconscious spells to fill your mind with ideology, fill your mind with this narrative. That's what they're doing through the movies and the music. Anyways, I hope you like this lecture. Thank you all for joining the Real University. I hope you're all learning a lot here. And looking forward to making some more awareness for you and more knowledge. Have an amazing day, people. Lesson 12, sigil magic. So what are sigils? Sigil is a symbol, same thing. And it represents something corresponding with your mind. So, for example, without you even seeing the letters, this shape corresponds with something within your mind that associates with that shape that you see. So the symbol for Nike, everyone knows it's Nike, even without it saying Nike. It's because this symbol has been associated with something that our minds recognize. So symbols speak to our mind and subconscious mind. Okay, and within us and around us are the other planes: astral, mental, and etheric, and physical. So this symbol, right, the Nike symbol, carries energy. Why does it carry energy? It's because all of the collective minds that have seen this symbol have a collective thought and associations within their minds that associate beliefs with this symbol. So another way to see this is this symbol is speaking to you energetically and metaphorically to your right hemisphere and your mind. So the collective mind, this is very hard for me to express and teach this because we're talking about something metaphysical within the mind. There's not many words, it's hard to describe. So a symbol carries mental energy. Mental belief, mental awareness is energy. So all of the collective minds have a belief about this symbol. They know what this symbol represents in their minds, and this carries energy. So if you go and wear this symbol, you are associating yourself with the energy. You are carrying that energy. Okay? So that's how symbols are very powerful. They carry energy because when someone sees you with that symbol on, they associate you with their mental belief system on that symbol. So you can create symbols yourself. What you have to do is create a sigil, something simple, easy to remember. Okay? You got to make sure it's very easy to remember because you're going to have to imagine this symbol as well. Create a sigil, like a triangle with whatever in, and give it a mental belief. So every time you see this symbol, or it could even be a letter, you could even use something so simple. Whenever you see this, it's going to remind you of that belief that you have with that symbol. And what you need to do is create it on a piece of paper or a bay leaf, draw it and give it mental attention. Hover your hand over it and give it a charge. Imagine this symbol glowing and give it the belief, give it the intent. It's all about your intention with the symbol. Okay? And you want to keep this symbol on you at all times. And when you do meditations, when you enter deep states of meditations or manifesting meditations, you can, instead of thinking about the reality you want, you could think about the symbol. This is a very good way to visualize. If you're not very good at visualizing a full reality of yourself in a world somewhere else with whatever you want or whatever you want to manifest, if you can't imagine in detail, this is a good practice. Imagining a symbol and holding your mental energy, your mental awareness and attention on that symbol. And you are associating mental energy with that symbol. And it will become bigger and stronger and stronger. And it will impress your subconscious mind. You want to give this symbol emotional energy as well. And then what you could also do with this symbol, or words, you can even use words. I am, I achieved, I have, underneath water, because water holds memory. Because when you speak to plants, which take in water, if you say love to one plant and hate to the other, the love plant will grow bigger and the hate plant will die off. It's because it's all to do with frequency. So if you write good words on a piece of paper or a sigil and put it under the water glass, it will impress them energy frequency codes into the water, and then you drink the water. And this is all helping and contributing towards getting you towards that frequency of what you want. Giving that energy. It's all about filling your mind with that what you want to manifest. You have to find a way to fill your mind as much as possible with what you have, what you want to have. It's about tricking the mind, about something you already have. So you can do this with the sigils. You can do this with, prayer, meditation, all of these different things. You want to employ them into your life. Every time you drink water, you want to impress them, speak into the water, make the water vibrate on the frequency that you want, and then drink it. Okay, this is very important. You have to find every single way to get yourself to that frequency by filling your mind with what you already have, what you want to manifest, by believing in your mind you already have it, and filling your spirit with that energy. By giving your electromagnetic field that frequency, you becoming that frequency. It's all about maintaining that frequency and that mindset, and it will reflect into your external world. So you want to find all these different ways and do them as much as possible. So to go over that again, create a sigil, just draw it, give it mental attention, mental energy. You can visualize it in meditation, or you can put it under water. Keep it on you at all times, and whenever you see that symbol, think about what you have, what you want, and this will all contribute towards manifesting. Hello, welcome to lesson number 1 of Manifestation Mastery 2.0. So the first lesson we're going to be getting into is the 7 universal laws. You need to obey these laws and operate your life within these laws so that you can maximize your manifestation. Now, what you need to realize is that you are manifesting at all times. You are manifesting now with what you are thinking, what you are doing. Everything is manifestation. But when you choose to do this consciously, you can get anything you want in your life. Think of it like this. When you're playing a video game, GTA for example, you level up your character. You are not the body, you're not the person in the game, you are the intelligence behind that body. You are this invisible intelligence which is a creating force. It manifests everything. You are a microcosm of God, a creator. You're a manifester. You can take non-physical thoughts and produce that into a physical world, material world. So this is the mindset you need to adapt. So the first universal law is the law of mentalism. Okay, mentalism, everything is mind. There is one substance in the universe, and that substance is mind. Me, you, are mind. We are the same substance. Yes, we are in a different physical form, a different physical body. However, the mind, the substance that makes your intelligence, is the exact same. The mind is the universe. Everything is the universe. Matter and mind are one. So, the mind is cause. You are not the mind, though. This is what you need to understand. You are the soul, which is the observer of the mind. You are the one listening to the mind. You are the one behind the mind. However, without the mind, nothing can exist. There's no understanding. There's no intelligence. The soul is the consciousness, the observer, the awakeness, the conscious. The mind is the intelligence of your consciousness, your awareness. So mind is cause. Mind is the one substance. Good and bad are the same thing. Now let me break this down. Good and bad are two opposing things, right? But it's the same. They're 2 degrees of the same substance. Now, what do I mean? Hot and cold are different degrees of the same substance, and that substance is mind, perception. Your perception is what is giving it a degree. Is it good or bad? But it's one. Everything is one. Everything is all mind. Mind is the only substance in the universe. Okay? How to apply this principle? Discipline the mind. As we believe in our mind, so it be. We need to control our thoughts. We need to be mentally prepared, and mentally engaged, but not letting our emotions take over, because we are emotional as well as mental. The mind is the root cause of everything. Before you kick a football, a decision is made within your mind. Before you do anything, it's all in the mind first. The phone you have, the car that you have, is all designed. The buildings around you was all an image. It was all an imagination. It was a seed in someone's mind before they manifested it physically. So you need to use your mind properly by disciplining the mind. Disciplining the mind is the most powerful thing you can do in your life. Controlling your thoughts. Control where your attention goes, your mental attention. Where attention goes, energy flows. If you're controlling your life, controlling your mind, you're controlling your life, your physical life. Okay? So be aware of where you are. Be aware of your mental state and emotional state, and change it. You can change your mind. You are choosing to feel depressed. You are choosing to feel happy. You are choosing to entertain these thoughts within your mind. So the higher faculties of your mind. Imagination. Work on your imagination. If there's no screen in your mind, then you have no imagination. Every single one of you should have a clear screen in your mind where you can pull anything you want into that screen. If I say think of an apple, there should be an apple in your mind somewhere. This is imagination. You see, the mind operates on the highest planes of existence. The mind is not a physical thing. It's the thing controlling this physical form and manipulating this physical external world. Mind is the controlling substance. So imagination, work on your imagination, people. This will do this will have a great impact on your manifestation when we get into the exercises. You need imagination. You need it. You can't live without imagination. You can't manifest properly without it. So you can use your imagination, practice it every day, visualize things in your mind. Will. The will allows you to hold one idea on the screen of your mind. So this is where willpower comes in. How long can you hold this imaginational thought? How long can you hold this image on the screen in your mind? Will is a massive, massive tool, not just manifesting, not just doing all of this, in all aspects of life. You see, what I'm teaching is a lifestyle. This is not just, you can do this overnight. This is a lifestyle. You need to be doing this stuff every day, mentally progressing. When you mentally progress, you spiritually and physically progress. So you change your mind, you change your external world. So work on your willpower. Cut the dead food. Cut out all of the negativity and stick and have a strong willpower. And stick to your word. That is your will. Stick to your willpower. And like I say, practice imagination and do it for long periods of time. This will also help your willpower. Intuition. Intuition is the small voice inside your head that speaks your truth. It also gives you the ability to pick up on other people's thoughts and to read their energy. Intuition. The first thing when you walk into a room, you get an intuitive vibe. The vibe is a vibration of the atmosphere. Use your intuition to guide you in your life. Use your intuition to follow that path, because that intuition is taking you to the path that you're supposed to be on. Okay, so use your intuition. Memory. There's no such thing as a bad memory. There are only weak and strong memories, like a muscle. You can develop your memory by phenomenal degree through exercise. Exercise your memory. Recall things. At the end of the day, go throughout your day backwards. So when you got into bed, go through everything you did in your day backwards. Remember what you did the whole day backwards. And this will create new neural pathways in your brain, and it will exercise memory. You need to work on all of these. Reason. Reason is another one. Reason is what we use to think, to analyze, compare, and evaluate ideas. Reason is the ability to think, choose what information we accept, stir up, and use to come up with a brand new idea. What is the reason? What's the true reason behind what you want to manifest into your life? Is it coming from a place of negativity? Is it coming from a place of positivity? Is it coming from a good or evil place? You need to seek deep inside of you and truly ask why you want this in your life. Is it coming from something? Is it coming from a childhood trauma? Is it coming from a self insecurity? Reason is a big one. You should only be manifesting things that are positive, that will have a positive impact on yourself and the people around you, and the consciousness and the collective consciousness, and to the earth. It should not be a selfish thing. Reason is a good one, because it's important. It's important because if you go and manifest something that came from negativity, it will only amplify that negative reason inside of you. Let's say you wanted to do something like you wanted to get rich, but it came from a negative place. Okay, it came from a negative place. The reason why you wanted it was very negative. You wanted to just flex on people and stuff like that, right? That will amplify. When you become successful, it will amplify that reason, and you will become pretty much an idiot. So make sure the reason's right. Perception. Your perception is your point of view. It controls what you become aware of in your environment and how you choose to see it. Your perception is your reality. You have to be aware that there are people's perceptions are all going to be different. You shouldn't let that affect your internal world. You need to come from a positive perception and a balanced perception. Everything is neutral. Everything is balanced. You choose. Your mind chooses whether it's positive or negative. So your perception of things is what you need to change. You need to come from a balanced point. Don't let the external world affect your internal world. Your perception should be neutral. Shouldn't be good or bad. It should be neutral at all times, and try and neutralize and balance your perception on things. Your mind is the decider of your perception, a good or bad perception. The next universal law is the law of correspondence. As above, so below, as within, so without. The outer world is a reflection of your inner world. This is so important, people. This is so important. You cannot go through life without knowing this deeply and understanding this. The friends you have, the car you have, the phone you have, all of the things you possess is a direct manifestation of all of the collective thoughts you've thought in the past. Where you are in life is a direct reflection of the thoughts you have thought in the past. You are here right now because of the thoughts that you thought in the past. The car you have, everything you have is a reflection of what you thought and what you've acted on. You have acted on them thoughts, and you are here right now because of that. What is inside of you manifests outside of you. Not just on a macro scale, on a micro scale. So like I always talk about how the body is the image of the stars, and we are God made flesh. Everything is us. What is outside of the world is inside of us. We are a microcosm of the macrocosm. But I'm coming from a mental state here. Remember, the first law is mentalism. So you got to keep that in mind in every single one of these laws. The first one is mentalism. What happens in the mind happens outside of you in some way or another. Okay? The thoughts you think become your emotions that you feel. What happens in heaven happens in earth. What happens in the head, the thoughts, happens in the heart, which is earth. Heaven and earth. Whatever you think becomes an emotion, and that emotion influences your behavior, which will influence your action in the physical world. So therefore, if you think and feel that you are happy and rich, that will manifest into your external world. That will manifest into your behavior. That will manifest into your vibration and attract people in that similar vibration. You see? So we are physical. The physical effect of the spiritual. Hold on, two seconds. Sorry, people. So yes, you need to understand this, people. You have to understand this. Connect with the inner self. Connect with the divine consciousness inside. Okay? Use your mind to think and feel properly, and this will manifest into your external world. The friends you have are a manifestation of your internal world. Until you change your internal state, you will outgrow the people around you. And this is what happens. Law of vibration. Everything is vibrating. The speed of vibration depends whether on something appears solid, liquid, or gas. Every thought you think is a vibration. You don't think thoughts. You do not think thoughts. You receive thoughts based on the frequency that you are tapped into, based on the vibration that you are on. Now, what do I mean? This is why we call it a mindset. You set your mind to frequencies. So when you set mental attention on a thought that you've received, you are tapping into that vibration, and you will receive thoughts based upon that vibration. So that you set your mind to a frequency, you receive information and thoughts based upon that frequency, that vibration. So when you think, feel, and speak higher vibrational things, this manifests into your external world, because remember the law before, what happens inside happens outside of you. If you think, feel, and speak higher vibrational things, this will attract people on the same vibration. Okay, you do this positive thinking, positive affirmations, and remembering mind over matter. Mind manipulates matter. God is mind. Everything is mind. The universe is mind. You change your vibration, you change the people around you. They will sense this. Your friends will sense this. The people, when you start elevating your vibration and thinking positively and no longer entertain the negativity, your friends will sense this, and they will say that you've changed. But what you need to realize is what people say to you is a reflection of their internal state. So if someone's being negative to you, you've got to see that is a reflection of their negative internal state that they think about themselves. What you say negative to someone else is something deep down that you see within yourself. As within, so without. As above, so below. The law of polarity. Everything has two poles, good and evil, love and hate, attraction, disconnection. All the opposing forces are actually the same substance, which is mind, in various degrees. Therefore, everything is one, which is mind. For example, water can be ice, solid, or fluid based off the degree of heat. It's the same substance, but the various degrees of the same thing. The universe is balanced. You need to be balanced between good and evil. Look at your body. You have a left arm and a right arm. Your head is in the center of it. You should become balanced. You should become balanced. Your mindset should be balanced. Your emotions should be balanced. Your diet should be balanced. Your work life. Everything should be balanced. You must first correct your underlying limiting beliefs. If you are unhappy in your job, you focus all of your energy on finding a new job. So think of it this way. There's polarity to everything. You hate where you are in life right now, more than likely. That's why you brought this course. You want to manifest something in your life. Not everyone, but some of you hate your life. Okay? That hatred, you shouldn't hate, because that's going to hurt your body and your cells. But anyways, you can use that energy, the other end of that stick. That energy is draining you. Your hating mental state is draining your energy because you're letting it kill you. You can use that polarity, that other side of the energy, instead of killing yourself with it and getting yourself down, use that energy to finding something new. There's always two ends to the stick. I hate my job. You can either cry about it or use that energy to go and do something else and figure out what you can do. And that's the law of polarity. Use the other side. Use the polarity. Don't let it suck you in. Use it for purpose, for reason. The law of rhythm. Everything flows. Everything is out and in. Remember, the universe is made out of torus fields. This is a torus field. Comes out, back in, out and back in. This is a daily cycle. This is a yearly cycle. It's the cycle of the zodiac. It's the cycle of your life. You're out in the world, then you die from this world. You're out in this world, then you die from this world. Everything's a cycle. Everything's a rhythm. Everything has tides. All things rise and fall. Use the day and night cycle. Use the cycle. Create a cycle in your life. Don't let your life be chaotic. Don't be a feather in the wind. Create a purposeful cycle so that it works, so that you are progressing 1% every day towards this goal. Okay? Try not to get attached to outcomes, but work towards a mental state of neutrality or indifference. The key is non-attachment, positive thinking patterns. I need to get this out of the way. You hate your life. Okay. You hate your life. Hold on, my microphone's just changed. Okay, it doesn't matter. What you're experiencing now in life is a mental state. Think about this for a second. Everything is mind. You think, right, the job that you're in now, for example, you hate your job. You work at somewhere bad, you know, you're working in a gas station, or, you know, you hate it. You are suffering the mental state that you're in, not the actual job. You don't like the mental state that you're in. It's not the physical job. You're suffering the mind's reaction of what you're doing. Therefore, you desire a life where you do not feel this way. So what's that mean? What you really want is a altered mind state where you are not suffering mentally and emotionally. Therefore, use your mind. What you really, really want deep down is a mindset. You want a life where you're not suffering this mindset. So therefore, if you change this mind of yours, you change the emotional state. So when you do your bad job, or when you're there, change the mindset. Change it as if you love and you experience blissfulness and you experience amazingness. And this will manifest into your life. When you go home, think and feel the reality that you want. Think and feel the reality that you want. Create a cycle. I've gone a bit off guard there. But what you really want is a mindset. This is what you need to understand. Everything is mind. Okay? If you had the mindset properly, you'd actually stay in that job. But it's the mindset that you hate, that you're suffering from. Cause and effect. Every cause has an effect. The physical world is the effect world. What you see and experience is an effect of mind. The root cause is the mind. The building you're in, the microphone I'm speaking into, is the effect of someone's mind. Therefore, use this properly. When you push a domino, it will push all more. Every little choice you make has a massive impact on the rest of your life. Every decision you decide has the biggest impact ever. It has a domino effect on your whole life and the people around you. So if you see someone, so let's say you want to get financially free, you see someone, you make a little comment, nice car, nice shoes. That could spark a conversation where you speak to him and he changes your life. Speak to people. Go to the gym. You know, conversate with people. If you want to become the best, you want to own a restaurant, go and work at a restaurant and learn how it works. Use the law of cause and effect. Speak to people. This is the most important thing. Speak to people and use the law of effect. Do the action. You can't just sit around visualizing all day, or else nothing will happen. You have to use the law of cause and effect. Every cause creates the effect. Take action on your thoughts, on these thoughts that are based on reaching your goal. The law of gender. Everything is masculine and feminine. How to apply? We can use the law of gender by balancing the spiritual higher self and the physical lower self, or ego. It is important to not let the ego get out of control, because when the ego becomes out of control. You're coming from a place of physicality. You're seeking physical pleasure. You need to come from a place of internal. You need to come from the internal. Don't let this external world run your life. Let the spiritual, the positive run your life. The place of calculated thoughts and calculated action. The internal dialogue. Don't let your taste buds run your diet. Let the internal calculated mind run the diet, because the calculated mind knows you should be eating healthy things that feed the mind, body, and soul. But the taste buds just want sugar and bad food. So balance the spiritual and the physical self. Meditation. This is that lesson. Hope you enjoyed the next lesson. Well, hope you enjoyed this lesson. Let's go to the next. How's it all going, people? Today we're going to be talking about the astral plane in lesson 2 of the astral projection series. So the astral plane, as I told you in the last one, we went over the basics. Now I'm going to go into a bit more detail about what the astral plane is and what to expect, what is there. It is the realm of the collective and personal subconscious. So all of the things that you keep in your subconscious mind, all of the things that in everyone else's subconscious mind, is essentially manifested there as some sort of energy or something. Emotions, dreams, and inner images. Emotions manifest as energy on the astral plane. Now, emotions also manifest as demons. If you continuously feel negative about a certain thing and give emotional and mental energy to this thing that you cannot give up in your mind, you will create some sort of astral form which will latch onto your astral body and influence you. So essentially you are creating your own demons through mental and emotional energy. Dreams are, when you dream, your astral body is slightly hovering above your physical body. And a dream, when you no longer consciously control it, but you're experiencing the dream, this is your subconscious creating the dream. So your dreams are created from your subconscious if you are not controlling them. If you control them, you can create them consciously and create a whole dream yourself and a whole world. And essentially what you're doing in the astral plane when you dream, you are creating a whole world and a reality. That's what you can do in the astral. You can do anything. And inner images. So when you think or imagine something, that screen in your mind, that is the astral plane. You are creating out of astral matter. It's the realm of imagination. Essentially, it creates the matrix of the material world. Why do I say that? It's because the energy manifested on the astral plane has influence on the material plane. So, like I said, when you create demons, you are essentially creating an energy which will manifest and influence your physical body on the physical plane. So essentially the collective programs in people's subconscious and the collective mental thoughts is creating an astral energy which has a spell on the material world. That's how it's working. It's the realm of imagination, as I've already gone over, thought forms, and it's your light body. This is what we call the light body. It is the body made of light. All of the bodies are made of light, but the physical body is the, lower vibrational light body. It is essentially the light body, and it's where thought forms manifest. It's where the thoughts you are thinking are taking form. This is where they are things. This is why we say thoughts are things, because they are essentially astral matter. And this is why we call the mind the third eye. It is an eye because it can see into these planes, these lower planes and the higher planes. And it's important to understand that the mind has access to all of these planes, all of them. And that's why it's the all-seeing eye. It sees all things. Now, the astral plane is split into higher, middle, and lower. So the lower astral plane is essentially where more material things are going on. This is where the thoughts that are based on material things are. I'm not saying it's hell. This is not, because it's lower, it doesn't mean it's negative. If you're thinking about creating a thing, creating a physical thing, and you're imagining this thing, you're essentially using the lower astral plane. It's more material based. So most people, when they astral project and when they're seeing this realm, but in the astral plane, they're in the lower astral plane. The middle and the higher is when things are more formless. You can still create there, but it's depending on the vibrations of these imaginations, and the vibrations of these thoughts that you are manifesting will depend whether it goes to middle, higher, or lower. So we have beings and entities within the astral plane. This is where we get, all the myths about ghosts, spirits. This is essentially what they're talking about. All of these myths are talking about this plane, which exists in the subconscious mind and can only be accessed through the mind. The two eyes could never see into this plane, only accessed through the mind, or the third eye, whatever you want to call it. And there are beings there, there are souls there are minds there which manifest. So first type of beings which exist in the lower astral plane doesn't mean they're negative, doesn't mean they're demons. It just means they operate around materialism, which is the elemental beings. These are the beings of the four elements, not the fifth element. The fifth element's ether. These are entities of the four elements. And what essentially they are the energy behind, they are the forces, the astral forces behind the physical four elements: earth, air, water, and fire. They are beings of the elements, and they assist the elements in the material plane. Another type of being is etheric being. They exist in the astral and the etheric plane, and if they want, they can manifest in the material plane. This is where we get all of the myths about trolls, gnomes, nature beings, little nature creatures which are little humans. This is where we get all of these myths from, because there are beings in the etheric plane which have the ability to materialize at their will. They can materialize into physical form whenever they want, and they can go back straight into the ether and become formless. And they manifest as gnomes, nature spirits. They essentially look after nature. And they because we are so disconnected today, we will no longer make contact with these beings because we're so ignorant. We're not on their level. We're not advanced. They will stay away from us. It's like Yoda, for example. All of these little creatures that they tell us about in the movies, they're talking about etheric beings, fairies. All of this stuff is all etheric. And essentially what they do is assist nature, make sure nature is doing its thing. Jinns. These are powerful beings. These are very mentally and spiritually advanced. They are very powerful mentally. They hold a lot of mental power. And essentially, these beings exist in the lower planes, and they have a lot of negative demons below them. So there are hierarchies within demonology. This is called demonology now. And they can, like any astral form, can manifest as anything as they think. Whatever they think, they can appear as. So as you see here, you've got, the head of a human and a cat and a toad and spider legs. Whatever they want to manifest as, they will manifest. This is why we see the goat head all the time in the music industry, or the goat. Just remember, it's basically symbology for these demons within the astral plane, these powerful beings. And yes, you can summon these through magic. You can summon them by figuring out their true names and calling them and doing these magic rituals. You basically what you call them in your mind's eye, and they can appear in front of you, and you can ask them to do things. This is all, black magic. So essentially, this is what jinns are. They're very powerful, very, very powerful beings. However, the astral plane is always in correspondence with yourself. So if you ever do manifest there and access this astral plane, you will match your vibration. You will match your thought forms. You will match everything. Whatever vibration you're vibrating at, you go into the astral plane, you will see and meet these vibrations. This is why you'll never ever encounter a very, very advanced spiritual or mental being. You'll never encounter them because you are simply not vibrating on their frequency. So this is why you'll never meet. You will meet whatever your vibration is. So another type of being is just normal spirits. Just normal, they're not negative, they're not bad. Some of them are neutral. And they will manifest as anything as they want. They will create, linger around you, whatever. These are the types of beings. Then you have thought forms. You just basically have thought forms which are just manifested there. Collective thought forms, or they could be your thought forms. They're just basically mental programs. So every single program, every human believes is essentially an energy or astral entity. So, Jesus. Everyone believes in Jesus and gives this Jesus mental and emotional energy. That is a being on the astral plane. That's how it works. So another one is just a subconscious aspect of self. You might see a demon, but it could just be a subconscious aspect of yourself. It could just be a negative thought form which you have not let go for years and constantly fed into a mental thought loop. This is what I mean by demons. Like, you literally can create your own demons through thought loops and giving mental energy and mental and emotional energy to things. So in dreams, for example, if Jesus appears to you, if you believe Jesus your whole life, you believe he's true, and in your dream Jesus appears to you, Jesus comes to you and you come out of that dream thinking, oh, I've just met Jesus. It wasn't Jesus. It was an aspect of yourself. It was a belief that you have deeply rooted within your subconscious, coming to yourself and manifesting as something and coming to you. It's yourself meeting yourself. A lot of the things in the astral plane is yourself. That's what we need to understand. Lesson 4, astral projection. This is a very important one. This is the one we've all been waiting for. The astral plane is a reflection of your vibration, as I mentioned before. Frequency matches. Everything you think of, the thoughts that you tap into, the emotions that you feel, your overall vibration is what you match. If you are going into the astral plane and with negative thoughts, negative emotions, greed, hate, fear, you will see horrible entities which will probably torment you and probably make you scared, because that's what they're doing. You're matching frequencies. That's why we call it a mindset. You're setting your mind to frequencies. What frequency are you setting your mind to? What are you tapping into? So essentially, we need to raise our vibration before we astral project. And the easiest way to, raise your vibration in your mental and emotional state is turning off the mind. Every day we need to turn off the mind, meditate, turn off the mind, and then after we turn off the mind, we need to be thinking, feeling, and saying positive things. Never say anything negative, ever. What's the point? There's no point in saying anything negative. It will only come back to you, and it will only program your mind to be negative. Always stay positive, no matter what situation. There's a duality, there's a good and a bad for every situation. There is no bad. Yes, there's bad, don't get me wrong, but don't focus on that. Focus on the good of every situation. You know, there's always an advantage to what's happening to you. So that we need to raise our vibration before we astral project, or else you're gonna see some horrible things. Mental health, like I just said, mental health is very, very, very important before we astral project. And essentially, if you have very, very bad, anxiety, or what's another one? Something that you're not letting go of in your mind and emotionally. Like I said before, your mind produces demons in the astral plane if you are giving mental energy to something for long periods of time. So if you have a very, you haven't forgiven yourself for something you did and it really gets you down and depressed, that will come to you. You will see that. Okay. So what you need to do is address that beforehand. Before you actually, I'll make another video on that, on how to release trauma and release, all these negative things in your mind. But yeah, we need to do that before you astral project. Emotions. Fear is a bondage. Fear is a bondage to your physical, material body. You cannot leave your body in fear. This is why everything they do, the news, the things they put online, the things the algorithm shows you, is all fear-based. It's to keep your consciousness operating out of that lower root etheric center, because that is essentially binding and keeping your mind stuck in third dimensional awareness. Fear is a bondage. When Jesus is walking on water, which is just walking on top of the ether, astral projecting, and he's telling Peter how to walk on water, how to leave his body, what does Peter do? He fears. He starts to be scared. And what does he do? He falls back into the water, which is the body. He falls back into the ether, to the physical plane. That's what it's about. It's talking about walking on top of your emotions, emotional control. We'll make another video on that as well. Fear is a bondage. Remove all fear. It's an illusion. You don't need to fear. You will never, ever, ever die. You are an eternal being. You will never, ever die. So do not fear death. Do not fear anything. Okay? So astral projection is using the mind to project your consciousness into the astral plane. Everything exists in the mind. All worlds are within the mind. Every dimension is in the mind. All of the products, all of the planes, like I just said, the etheric, astral, physical, they all exist in the mind. This world you're in right now, the material plane, exists in your mind. It's all within yourself. It's a dream, essentially. And essentially what this world actually is a creation within the astral plane. It's what we do it all the time. Every time you dream, you're creating a world from the astral plane. You do it, but you just don't do it consciously. So essentially what astral projection is an altered state of consciousness. You're altering your state of consciousness. Every time you dream, you're altering your state of consciousness. Every time you have a lucid dream or whatever mystical experience you've ever had, you are altering your consciousness. This physical plane is an altered state of consciousness. That's what it is. It's the third dimensional consciousness. Astral projection is just an altered state. You're altering your mind. You're altering what you're seeing, what you're perceiving. So here's a method. Lie down with nothing touching. So you don't want any of your body parts touching. Close your eyes and meditate turn off all thoughts. When I say meditate, it's not the right word. There's no really word for it. People associate meditation with sitting there, like just sitting. But no, it's basically turn your mind off as if you were going to go to sleep. But keep your conscious mind awake. Relax every muscle and release all tension. So how I say to do this is 10 minutes, get in the present moment. Before you even lie down, you should get yourself in the present moment. Say, I am here right now, nothing else matters. Repeat that until you're in the present moment. Then lie down with nothing touching. Close your eyes and turn off all thoughts. Once you've gained this non-thought state for about 10 to 15 minutes, you then want to mentally visualize a box. Big, heavy box with a hard metal lid, and throw everything you think about yourself in there. Throw your body in there, every material thought, every material association, every emotion, every issue you have. Throw everything into this box. You do not need it. And if you don't, you will not astral project successfully. You have to remove all bondages, every bondage you have, everything, just throw everything away. Then once you are there, you want to begin to think of nothingness. Then just do this for another 15 minutes until it feels as if your consciousness, your mind is awake. You will no longer feel your body. Okay? When you get in this state where you no longer feel your body, this is when you want to use your mind and imagine, of drawing a circle with your hand, but not your physical hand. Just imagine you're drawing a circle. This is a starter practice. You cannot go straight into the astral plane. You will not do it. You have to train your imagination. So draw a blue circle and keep drawing stuff. And if you do that pretty successfully, start drawing something more complex, like a star or whatever. Train your imagination, because when you do this, you're creating focus, and you need to focus in the astral plane. Okay. So once you do this, you can do this for a couple nights before you actually astral project. What this is doing is training your mind to operate in this imaginational plane. Okay. This is another method. This is a bit more advanced. Like I said, get in the present moment, lie down with nothing touching. Like the same process as before. Close the eyes and meditate and turn off all thoughts. Then visualize the mental box and throw in everything you think about yourself into the box and close it. Then turn away from the box. Once you are relaxed, and once your mind, and you no longer feel your body, your mind is your consciousness, you're just pure consciousness, not the body. Use your imagination to imagine yourself pulling a rope that is in the sky, and that you are leaving your physical body. Image pulling yourself up a rope or climbing the rope. You have to do this mentally. You have to understand that these planes are all mental. Just like how you move your physical body around, you're moving your physical body around because your mind is telling it to do so. It's slightly different within these astral planes. You're still using your mind, but because you haven't activated this body, there's not much of a connection between your mind and your astral body. So imagine pulling this rope. Imagine your hands pulling up this rope out of your body. And once you are there, you might leave your body. You'll feel like you will no longer feel your physical form. You might not see much because your mind's eye has not been trained to see in this astral plane. You might not see much. It might appear white. You might see colors. A good indication that you're essentially ascending into the astral plane, or you've altered your consciousness, you will see just colors moving weirdly, like patterns, colors. You'll see all sorts of things. Okay. So that's a good indication. Okay, here's another method. Like I said, same process as before, but just a different ending. So get yourself in the present moment for 10 minutes. I'm here right now. Nothing else matters. Then lie down with nothing touching. Close eyes and meditate and turn off all thoughts. Place everything into the box once you have gained this. Once you're in that sort of meditative state, put everything in the box. Release all tension, all emotions, all problems, put into the box and turn away from it. Imagine that. Once you are relaxed, you want to do this all again. Get into that meditative state until you no longer feel your body. Until it's just the pure mind, the pure consciousness. No thoughts, just pure consciousness. Focus your attention on the middle of the brain, the place of the consciousness. And shake mentally. Do not shake your physical body, but shake mentally until your soul or your light body leaves the body. Shake with all of your willpower. So essentially what you're trying to do here is shake your mind out of, or this astral body out of the physical body. And just shake with all of your mental willpower until you are fully out of the body. Like I said, you will see these strange colors, or you might even feel a tingling sensation. A tingling sensation. That's your energy body, it's your etheric body. And another one, what was I going to say then? My mind's just gone blank. Yeah, so essentially when you are in this plane, like I said before, you will not see much. You have to train your eye, your mind. It's all based on imagination. Whatever you think, you manifest there. You can create anything you want in these planes. Anything you want. But make sure you are doing things in harmony with others, yourself, and be careful, because the things that you are doing there will have an effect on your material life. What happens above happens below. So if an entity asks you what you are doing, they will ask you mentally. If you do encounter any beings, never tell them you're astral projecting. Because when you do tell them you're astral projecting, they might follow you back into your body. You will see other people astral projecting, you'll see beings, you'll see other things. Just be careful. Don't look into mirrors, because you might get lost. And don't do anything into this one. So returning back to your physical body, if you just want to return, just think of your physical body and you'll fall back into it. Or as soon as you start to fear something, you will fall back into your body. But essentially what it feels like is when you leave the body, that was what I was going to say when my mind went blank. Before you leave the body, your heart might be racing. When your heart is starting to race, you're starting to fear. Okay, because you've installed a fear of death, because it does kind of feel like death. Well, that I can imagine. But your heart will start to feel, beating really quick. And if it does do that, just calm yourself down and try it again. And if you want to return back to your body, just think about returning back to your body and you'll be there at the click of a finger. Lesson 3, the etheric plane. This plane is a very subtle plane. It is the base of all physical matter. It is the spirit of the world, what the ancients called. It connects the physical plane to the astral spiritual plane. So essentially, this ether, this ethereal life force spirit, this field of an ever-present energy, is what gives life to the whole of the world. The material plane is fed from this ethereal plane. It is the ethereal plane which gives life to everything, and it's the base of all physical matter. So it is a part of the physical plane. It is the most subtle and fine aspect of the material plane. So in other words, it is like the last degree of something that can be considered physical. It is very subtle, and it cannot be seen by the two eyes. It is basically what the ancients called the life force, the spirit, or the chi, the prana, and it's this energy which feeds everything. That everything is alive because of this etheric plane. Our ethereal body is what feeds our physical body, which are the chakras. The chakras are etheric centers that give life to the physical body. These centers connect the astral body to the physical body. This is why in the Bible they're called 7 seals. These are the 7 seals, because behind these 7 seals is your astral form. It's sealing your spirit, sealing your astral body, your true self. So essentially, everything on the astral plane, on the astral plane, the intentions and the thought forms are charged with energy, ethereal energy, and come into effect on the ethereal plane, and then the material plane. It's very hard for me to describe what the ethereal plane is, but essentially every physical object, every physical thing you see around you has an energetic ethereal body around it. The ethereal plane is like a blueprint of everything. It's a blueprint, an energetic blueprint. Everything is recorded with this ethereal plane. And that's essentially what it is. It is the connecting medium, the bridge between the physical and the astral. This is why we see the word ether in together, or either. You're on either side of the ether, the physical or astral. It's the bridge. And when our chakras are not in a line, because these centers are controlling the organs and nerves in that particular area of the body. So they are essentially mini brains within your body, these centers. They have consciousness. And when they are not in line with each other, there is a constant war. And so the bottom chakra, the root chakra, is the ethereal life force behind your survival mode. So when you are in survival mode, when you're running away from someone or whatever, this is the essential. This is the life force that you are using. This is the consciousness that you are now using. That lower consciousness. Then if you need to eat, or you need to, reproduce, you are using that ethereal life force. So when we are thinking with these lower centers of consciousness, we are essentially, and if we are abusing these centers, abusing these ethereal centers, we are not in a line with the higher mind, with the mind and the ethereal centers. So essentially we need to get in line, our mind in line, and our bodies in line with these ethereal centers. And when we do this, the ethereal plane can charge our body to function properly. We now have balanced energy, and no energy is being wasted through being over-sexual, overeating, because essentially this is what these lower 3 chakras are. And what we need to do is raise our consciousness outside of these centers and balance them and use them in balance, in harmony. and no longer abuse them. So yeah, that's what the ethereal plane is, people. And when you see that eye in the triangle, the eye, the all-seeing eye in a triangle, the triangle means the ethereal plane. The eye is the consciousness of the mind. Eye in the triangle represents the eye looking through the ether into the material plane, or vice versa. It could be in the material plane looking through the ether into the astral. So that's what the all-seeing eye is. How's it going, people? Today we're going to be talking about the different planes of existence that exist within yourself and outside of yourself. So essentially different bodies that you exist in. You have a different body in each one of these dimensions. We call them the planes of existence, or the layers to reality. They are basically layers. There are layers to reality, and we must understand this before you can understand on going further into practices like, astral projection and stuff like that. So essentially, everything begins from the highest source of light. It's basically a projection of light. So imagine this is the highest plane, then it falls down into the lower planes. Essentially, that's what it kind of like is. So we have a fourfold nature. We are mental, astral, etheric, and physical beings. We are not just a physical being. This physical body is part of the physical realm, or layer to reality. There are higher levels to reality, which are these. Essentially, people only think, which is the mental plane, that they are the physical body, but the physical body is just the lowest plane of existence. Our minds do not exist in the physical realm. It operates in a higher dimension. So we have the spiritual realm, which is not actually considered a realm or a layer of reality, because this is the void, this is nothingness. Then out of the nothingness turns into infinite potential, which is the realm of the mind. The mind has infinite potential. It can think anything, and anything is true within the mind. And that's the realm of the mind. It's the first dimension where things start to become possible in the universe. So essentially, the universe is your mind. And that's what the universe is. It's all mental. It's one giant mind. Then we have the astral. This is where the mind manifests into some sort of form. So like imagination. So the mental plane is the thought, the astral plane is the imagination, the etheric plane is the energy, the physical plane is the physical manifestation. So the mental plane is the highest plane, essentially. And this is where infinite potential is, like I just said, and it's shared with the collective consciousness. We all share this mental realm of thought. So we do not think thoughts, we receive thoughts based off this mental plane. So our mind is not in our brain. Our brain is not our mind. They're two completely separate planes. The brain is a part of the physical realm. But this mind is essentially a spiritual, invisible force or power, which we can use and utilize to bring things into manifestation occurring in the physical realm. So it's the plane of thoughts and information and form. It's pretty much formless. Thoughts are very subtle things. They're not physical. The astral plane, this is the realm of imagination. This is where the thoughts from the mental plane start to manifest into into some sort of form, like a imagination. Your imagination is a realm. It's a realm. So when you visibly think of an apple, the thought is in the mental plane. The inner vision is the astral plane. And essentially, we are creating out of astral matter when we when we imagine something out of astral matter. And we are using the mind to do so. It's basically where thought forms start to manifest. And this is where the light starts to come together to create, some sort of lucid forms. It's the realm of our imagination. exists within our subconscious mind. So our subconscious mind is connected to all of these different planes, these layers to reality. Then you have the etheric plane. This is the plane that is connected to the spiritual realm, the astral, and the realm of the physical. That's what it essentially is. And it's connected. It's connecting these two planes together. It acts as a connecting medium. It's the realm of where magnetism takes place, where plasma and energy and frequency takes place. This is the realm of energy, so in simple words. It's a physical and spiritual, what's the word for it? It's a physical and spiritual element. It's very subtly physical, but it's very subtly spiritual, or astral, another word for spiritual. That's why we see it in the word either, because you're on either side, the spiritual or physical, or together, because you're joining the two worlds together, together. The physical plane, this is the plane of materialism. This is also called the material plane. This is where physical manifestation takes place. From the mental plane, or the mind of God, manifests down, and this is the world of effect and outcomes. So this is the plane where all of the universe takes place in this realm. It manifests physically in this realm. Everything you see is already manifested in this plane. It's already there. It's the realm of effect. Everything in the physical plane is an effect of the mental plane. It all begun in the mental plane. Just like the things you see around you, your phone, your laptop, whatever you're looking at, that was an idea within the mental plane of someone's mind. And then they manifested it physically. So essentially, this world is the world of effect. Everything in this world is a product of your mind in the mental plane. It's the densest plane. It's very low vibration. So it's personified as hell. The physical plane is personified as hell. Because it is essentially hell. It's the physical plane. So I forgot to mention that the lower you go, the more lucid. I think I have a slide on this actually. The lower you go, the more physical and gross and dense it becomes. The higher you go, the more lucid and formless and spiritual it becomes. This is where we get the saying of, as above, so below. What happens above happens below. Happens in the mind, happens in the astral, happens in the etheric, happens in the physical. Essentially, every plane is affecting every plane. What happens above happens below, but also what happens below happens above. So the words I am saying now in this physical realm is also having an effect on your mental plane, on your mental mind, because they're words, they're affecting you, they're going into your mind. That's why words cast spells. So an example of how these planes work is, take for example this chair you see here. The mental plane is the thought of the chair. The astral plane is the imagination of the chair. So think the astral plane is like a plane where all of the possible chairs that could possibly be made exist there. It's the realm of imagination. The etheric plane is now the energetic blueprint of what you want to manifest, that specific chair. Then the physical plane is the physical manifestation of the chair. So that is essentially how the planes actually work. It's quite simple. However, they're not outside of you. You exist in one of these planes. You exist in all of these planes. You have a body in every single dimension. You just haven't woken it up yet. And this is what we'll be going into later on into this course. Spirit and matter. So essentially what we're looking at is mind creating spirit and matter. The universe is mental. Everything exists in the mind. What spirit is the energy, and basically the energy of mind, of the thinking mind. Spirit and matter are polar opposites. They are two vibrational states of the one substance, which is mind. Mind creates matter, mind creates spirit. Mind is the ultimate source of the universe. Man is made in the image of both the divine and physical. He is spiritual, he is physical. Everything is spiritual and physical. Everything physical has a spiritual, life-giving essence to it. Behind your body is the spirit. Without the spirit, you would be a dead meat sack. You wouldn't be able to move. Behind the animal is the spirit, the all life-giving force coming from the divine mind. Now, man is made in the image of both matter and spirit combined. Spirit is infused with matter. Like all things, however, man has the mind to be conscious of the spirit that dwells within. Animals cannot do this. Animals are purely stuck to their animal instinct. They are not self-aware of the spirit within them. They are only aware of They are only aware of their immediate environment, their physical reality. The animal, this is why animals symbolize our lower nature, but we have a heel, hell, physical, we have a head in the heavens where the spirit is. We can raise our consciousness above the animal self to the spirit, to the divine. Now, matter is a way of thinking, so is spirit. If you have a very low vibrational consciousness, your mind is directed to the lower aspects of consciousness, sex, lust, power, money, fame. This is all matter. This is a materialistic way of thinking. You must tune your mind to the higher aspects of consciousness. Tune your mind to spirit. There are two ways of thinking. Now, you are both of them combined. You need to find balance between them. This is what Leonardo da Vinci is depicting, man being both spirit and matter. The circle is eternal, beginning no ends. The square is limited, beginning and end. The body is in the square because the body is limited. The body is not eternal, it's mortal. The circle has no beginning, no end. It is immortal. The spirit is raised above the square, representing spirit over matter, the spirit controlling the matter. Spirit controlling the body. We don't want the body controlling the spirit, the body controlling the mind. That's the lower mind. That's 666. This is the Freemasonic square and compass. We have the compass for the circle and the square for the square, which is matter. Spirit and matter combined with the G, the generative principle, or God, or geometry. Also, Leonardo da Vinci depicting the eye of Ra, the eye of Horus, the small pupil, because when you're in light, when you're in a very light environment, your pupils go small. This is the physical eye of man, the conscious mind, the physical eyes. Then you have the inner eye, the spiritual eye that sees in the darkness, that gives perception. That's the large pupil, because when you're in darkness, the pupils go large. You have the eye of Horus, the eye of Ra. You have the physical eyes that you look with, and you have the inner eye that gives you perception. You have black and white. Black represents matter, white represents spirit. Spirit and matter intertwined with one. This is the Masonic checkerboard. The earth is not just a rock. It's not a rock. It has spirit within it. The tree is not wood. It has spirit within it, which is the life-giving force. The life essence is the spirit. The earth has spirit. You have spirit. Everything has spirit. But you have the ability to be conscious of the spirit within and raise your consciousness to the spirit. And that's exactly what the Sumerians are showing you here, with the animal, the ground animal, stepping upwards to the flying bird, the elevated bird, to the spirit. And that's what the Anunnaki is. Anu is the supreme god of the sky. The sky is spirit, the stars is spirit, and earth is matter. That's why Anu has a wife called Kai. The word Kai means earth. It's another word for earth. So Anu, the supreme god of the sky, who is a Sumerian living essence of the heavens, representing the vast and infinity of the sky. His divine counterpart, Kai, the goddess of the earth. Together, they gave birth to the Anunnaki. This is a symbolic story. Everything we see from the past, from the Bible, the ancient text of India, from the ancient Sumerian texts, this is all symbolic for you. The Anunnaki is you. You are Anu and Ki, spirit and matter infused. You are the Anunnaki. You are the heavens. You are the earth together. Okay, that is exactly what we're looking at here. All of these texts are encoded, talking about you. It's never about history. None of these things were right in history. The Bible was not history. The Sumerian texts weren't history. Anunnaki were not history. This is all symbolic for you and your consciousness, your spirit and your matter. The indwelling spirit and your physical body. The Holy Spirit, the white dove. White represents spirit. The pine cone. This is the Anunnaki god. The pine cone in the Vatican. This is the head. This is the dome. This is the pine cone, the receiver of consciousness, the receiver of spirit. You see the spirit, you see the pine cone on the Pope's staff. This is crucifixion. What does this symbolize? You must crucify yourself, crucify your body to the spirit through the pineal gland. Pine is pine cone, pineal, etymological connected. You have the Freemasonic square and compass. Now notice something. You have the square on top of the compass. This represents the beginning of the Mason's journey, the beginning of someone's journey on their spiritual evolution, of their spiritual awakening. This is what we're seeing here. We're seeing spirit underneath matter, matter over spirit. Now this one is the compass on top, which represents spirit over matter. This is the triumph. This is the ultimate state of consciousness when one has gained spirit over matter. Now we also see other symbolism of Freemasons depicting one leg on top of the other, which represents balance over spirit, balance of spirit and matter. All of this will be available in the Book of Wisdom, Volume 2. This book is the next revolution of human consciousness. I cannot explain the amount of hours and work and research that has gone into this masterpiece. I'm not even going to call it a masterpiece. That is up to you whether you think it is a masterpiece. But I have put my heart and soul into this book. The amount of knowledge, over 230 pages of pure esoteric and occult knowledge that will blow your mind, that will make you feel so connected to the universe, because you're going to understand everything once this book is released. October the 8th is when you can get your copy. And if you are inside of the Ethereal University, then this book will be free for you. You'll get this book for free if you're inside my university. So I hope you all gained a great insight from this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Hello, welcome to another lecture of the Ethereal University, the real university. You should be happy that you are here. You are in the only place in the world where you can find exclusive content from me myself for free thinkers and connecting with people who are like-minded and understand and know there is a deeper aspect to life and this reality. And this video, this lecture that I'm going to be talking about today is the meaning of life. What is the meaning of all of this? Because essentially, I've philosophized that nothing should truly exist. Nothing should exist. The fact that something does exist means it's an intelligent design, and something has created this. So the meaning of life, when I look at the meaning of life, I look at things that are impossible not to do. What is impossible not to do in your life? It is impossible for you not to create. It is impossible. You are creating and manifesting every second, every millisecond of the day. You are creating. The consciousness that you possess is a creating consciousness. And when we have creation minimal in our lives, we fall into mental illnesses. Well, I don't say they're mental illnesses, but we get things labeled as depression, anxiety, and all of these other things. We have to create. As a human being, it is in our nature for every living species to create in some sort of way. We are always creating every second of the day. The mind is infinite potential. The mind cannot be filled. The mind cannot be full. You can't fill the mind. You could know everything about the universe and every little secret, yet your mind would not be full. It is infinite potential. Every thought you think has potential to become true. Anything you think in your mind is true in your mind. There is nothing that you cannot think about. You see the power of the mind now that you understand it is an infinite potential. So when I say the mind is the universe is a giant mind, and we are all expressions of this mind. And when they say the universe is always expanding, it's the mind expanding into new information. The universe is mind, and the mind is always expanding. So creating is something that you cannot ignore. So you have to create something in your life. You have to create, you have to manifest, or else you will fall into some sort of mental problem. Learning is another one that it is impossible not to learn. Learning is the expansion of the universe. It's the expansion of mind. And every person you meet is a product of their mind. Where you are in life right now, whether you are very ahead, and I'm supposedly going to say, if you are joining this university, you are doing something right, because it's not on the cheaper side to join this university. So wherever you are in life is a direct manifestation of every thought that you have thought in the past. Where you are right now is a product of all of the thoughts collectively. And all of them thoughts collectively has led you to this point where you are right now. So what does this tell you? Your life is a product of thought. Your life is a product of mind. Everything you see in your life is a product of your mind, was manifested from your mind, from thought alone. Okay? So that's a very important thing to understand. And you can never learn enough. The more you figure out, the more you realize you know nothing. And I say that I know absolutely nothing. The more you find out, the more doors that are open within the universe. The universe is an amazing place. You should appreciate being alive. You should appreciate that you are using the most advanced piece of technology on the face of the earth, which is the human body. It's so advanced. It's a piece of organic technology. It's so advanced. All of the systems are working together. We cannot replicate the human body. We can make rockets, we can make planes. You cannot replicate the human body. It is so advanced. It's so advanced. Limitation. This is a very important one. Physical reality limits our mind. Mind is infinite, like I explained earlier, and everything in the mind can happen in the mind. There is no limitation. When you are in the astral plane, there is no limitation. Depending where you are projecting yourself in and what realm you're projecting yourself into, there is no limitation. You can create worlds, and you do create worlds when you sleep. When you dream, you are creating your own world. When you are sleeping and dreaming, you are in fact creating a whole reality from your subconscious mind. And every character you see in your dream is an aspect of your mind. Did you know that? That when you are dreaming, there are hidden messages within your dreams because it's your subconscious mind coming to reality and showing you codes, showing you messages about your mind. So when the mind incarnates physically into a physical reality, there is limitation now pressed upon it. It's hexed. That's why I say you're hexed. You're in the hex of Saturn. Saturn is the cube. Saturn's pretty much the computer running this world, based off my research anyway. And it's time. Saturn is time. So you are limited by time. You have a set time here. And you are limited by physical matter. And when you are in physical reality, you are limited from the things that you learn here. You are a product of your mind's information that you gather. If you gather the deepest and secret knowledge, then your life has less limitations than the one who has a programmed mind. And you are learning the limitations of the mind. You are learning the limitations of physical reality. When you are in the astral plane or the imagination plane, whatever you want to call it, you can manifest at the click of a finger. You want an apple, you click it, you think it, and it's there. That screen in your mind is the astral plane where you can imagine things. You can pull things up on that screen right now, and it will be there. However, in a physical reality, you now have to give energy and discipline. You learn discipline, you learn to give energy to manifest it into a physical reality. To manifest something into a physical reality is a lot harder than manifesting into an imaginary plane, in the astral plane. So we come here to learn discipline and limitation, and to find out how we function in a three-dimensional world of matter. Because essentially you were astral before you came here. And here's another one. Nature shows us truth. Open your eyes. You have day and the night. You have the sun, the conscious, the electric, boom, power, the sun, living. You have the moon. You have subconscious, the hidden one, the astral. So the sun represents physical reality. The moon represents astral reality. As above, so below. So what is this telling us? Well, the physical world is telling us that there's cycles in this world. You have the good and the bad, and they are cycles. And the beginning of one cycle is the end of another cycle, and the end of another cycle is just a new beginning. Everything is eternal. Your body is not eternal, but your mind is eternal. You have the cycle of the 4 seasons. Like I said, everything begins and ends, but the ending is just a new beginning. It's an infinite cycle of the universe, symbolized by the Ouroboros. This symbol has been used for thousands of years, depicting the end is a new beginning. When you leave the physical reality, you are now reborn in the astral reality. Have you ever died in a dream? I've died in a dream. In fact, this was the other day. I got killed in my dream, and I woke up in another dream, in another reality. And I knew it was going to happen. Like, as soon as I woke up, I just knew, like, I'm in another body now. You are eternal. You are a multi-dimensional being. And until you gain access to these higher planes, people, you will realize how powerful we all truly are. We are all multi-dimensional beings, and we all have immense power when we figure out how to use these minds of ours. These minds are very, very, very powerful. Very powerful. So this is a new page from the new book, the Volume 2 Book of Wisdom. We also come here for growth and expansion, like I said earlier, the expansion of the universe. The scientists, these paid scientists that, are paid to lie to you, they say the universe is always expanding. Oh, yes, it's mind. Mind is always expanding. Mind is always figuring out new information. The mind can never be full. It's always expanding. And the mind is the infinite potential. The mind is the universe. It's every substance you see around you is a product of mind. The squirrel, the dog, you, your mother, your family. It's all mind, all product. They all possess mind. They all share mind, and this mental plane is shared. And your reality is a product of thought, and this physical reality on a macro scale is a product of God's thought. Now, when I say we are God, we are a microcosm of God. God is within us. Now, I'm not saying that we are the creator of this reality. We did not design the human body. God did. We did not design the functions of the heavens, the order of the heavens, and how the sun rotates around the earth. How it does that, I really do not know. The heavens and the sun and how they move is one of the biggest mysteries known to man. How does the sun truly move? How does it never run out of energy? How does it move? How does the stars move? What's moving it? What's the force behind it? Who is it obeying? It's technology. The sun is the most advanced technology ever, but that's of a whole nother video I can go over. But I'm not saying I am the one, you are the one who created this reality, who designed the human body and designed everything in this world. I'm saying that you can connect to the source within yourself. The source of life, the source of the universe is inside of you. And you can connect with it. And you are using that power of the source of the universe to create life, to manifest your will in this physical reality. That is the mind. The mind is God. So, you have the day and the night, you have the left and the right. Everything is dual in this world. We learn duality. We learn the good and evil. And that's why I say the body, while the central nervous system is the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Why? Because the tree of knowledge of good and evil is this electrical nervous system you are experiencing this reality from. The central nervous system is giving you the knowledge of duality, of good and evil in this physical dual world. Your consciousness is experiencing the central nervous system. Without the nervous system, you cannot function in this world. You need it. This is why it's sacred. It's the tree within the Garden of Eden. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Please contact me if you wish, for any lectures on anything you want. Give me a message. I'll create a lecture for you. And yeah, have an amazing day, people. Hello, people. Welcome back to Ethereal University. Today we're going to be talking about meditation and opening up new aspects of our consciousness. Now, when it comes to meditation, the whole aim of meditation is to connect with the pure self and remove thought. If you are thinking, you are not meditating. This is a different type of meditation. So this meditation we're going to be talking about is connecting with higher consciousness and opening up new aspects of our consciousness and opening up our mind and entering in the mind, because that is essentially what we are doing when you are meditating. You're turning your mind inward to focus on itself, because when we focus on external things, where attention goes, energy flows. So when you are constantly, as we are going through our day, giving tasks attention, this is giving it energy. So when we shut the eyes and our mind is turned inward on itself, we retain our energy. We are retaining our energy, our vibration, and our etheric bodies and our electromagnetic aura is all focused on the self, and we are no longer giving energy. So that is another reason of meditation, of restoring energy. That is another form of meditation. But this meditation we're going to be talking about today is connecting with pure consciousness and removing all of the false self. Okay, so what you have here is consciousness. This is the eye, the all-seeing eye of consciousness. This is the real you. This is the symbol of you, the symbol of the observer. Okay, so this is consciousness. And inside of consciousness, we have mind, we have emotion, we have thought and memory. So thought kind of comes under mind, and so does memory. Memory comes under mind. So mainly you have two aspects of consciousness: mind and emotions. You have a thinking part of your consciousness, which is your mind. You have a feeling part of your consciousness, which is your emotions. You have a memory aspect of your consciousness. All of these things here exist metaphysically. These things are not physical. You do not think with your brain. You do not feel emotions with your brain. You do not see memories. You do not visualize memories with your brain. Your brain is a computer. It has no capacity of seeing metaphysical things. It is the consciousness that has the ability to project the screen in your mind, which is your imagination. Imagination is a form of memory. Imagination is another form of your consciousness. I forgot to add that. So all of these things exist in consciousness, not the brain or the body. The body is matter. The mind, consciousness, is spirit, unseen. You can't place your finger on these things because they don't exist physically. You don't exist physically. Okay, so essentially, who you think you are, who you think I am, who I think I am, well, I used to, is that I thought I was my body. I thought I was my name. I thought I was my job. Most people identify themselves with this. They say, my name's Harry. I work in a warehouse and my family's this, and my reputation, my issues, my bills, my worries. You identify yourself with this, but this is not you. And this is what is stopping your evolution and spiritual growth. This is what's stopping you from advancing mentally and expanding your consciousness. You can't expand your consciousness if you are identifying yourself with these material-based things, because they are not truly you. You existed before this body. You existed before the job. You existed before this physical avatar. Your body is just an avatar. It's a character you're playing in this world. You are the consciousness, the invisible, all-seeing eye, the invisible consciousness controlling this body. This body follows consciousness. The commands come from consciousness, the pure cause. So essentially, you have pure consciousness, which is you, the real you, the pure awareness, pure cause. And then this consciousness has now latched itself onto, well, your mind, the thinking aspect of your consciousness, has latched onto this character of your name, your job, your family, your experiences, your worries, your issues, your bills, your reputation. And it also has an emotional bondage to money, family, worries. It has all of these bondages. Your consciousness is bonded through mind, thought, and emotion. Now, this is why you have to reverse this now. You need to find your back way up to source, which is pure consciousness, pure cause. Now, what do I mean when I say pure cause? And you'll understand this later, because consciousness is cause, matter is effect. This world you're in is the world of effect. Everything you see is already manifested. It's an effect of consciousness. So essentially, you can't expand your consciousness to be, let's say, astral projection. Maybe this is stopping you from astral projecting. It's because you have so many emotional and thought bondages. Your subconscious mind is latched onto this character you're playing. And you can't go into these higher realms of consciousness. You can't expand your mind if your mind is stuck in a three-dimensional way of thinking. So, like I say again, you have pure consciousness, you, the real you, with no programs, nothing. This consciousness is unconditioned. And then through life, you have conditioned this consciousness to believe your name, believe your job, identify with all of these things. And this is stopping you from growing. So what we need to do in meditation is to shut off all of these bondages and unidentify yourself with these bondages. And the practice I do this is that I go through these one by one. First of all, before I meditate for 5 minutes, I will say, I'm here right now, nothing else matters. This brings your mind into the present moment. And when you say something for more than 90 seconds, your mind fully focuses on that thing. So keep repeating this for like 90 seconds or 5 minutes. I am here right now, nothing else matters. And while you do this, breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth. Do this for 5 minutes and you'll feel a very nice calmness. Your mind will be in the present moment. You'll just be you, yourself, and your consciousness and your mind. Once you are there, you can then shut your eyes, or you can do it with your eyes shut. And then you now need to cast off all of these bondages one by one. You can, if you're very advanced, if you have a very advanced imagination and mental capacity, you can imagine this. But if you don't have a very advanced imagination, try this first one. So the first one, if you don't have advanced imagination, is to just list them. Say, I am not my name. I throw it away. Picture yourself throwing it away. Or just say, I am not the name. I detach from that. Then detach from your job. Detach from your family. Detach from your experiences. Detach from your reputation of other people's thoughts. Detach from your bills, your money, your worries, your car, your house. Detach from your clothes. Detach from absolutely everything. Once you've named absolutely everything, you then need to detach from the body and say, I am not the body. I am more than my physical body. And once you've detached from this, you are left with the mind. You're left with the mind, the thought. Once you are detached from absolutely everything you can think of that you identify yourself with, which is not truly you, that is thought. Once you are left with the mind, you may have a few emotions you need to get rid of, like money, family, any emotional connections you have. Detach from them, detach from absolutely everything. And once you are left with absolutely nothing, you're left with the mind. You're left with this thought. Thoughts will just keep popping in your head when you're trying to meditate. And over time, the more you try to meditate, the more you can control this. But thoughts will constantly pop in your head, random things. You'll think about a random thought will come in about some rubber gloves, and then another one will come in about your car. It'll be anything. Random thoughts will come in. Once you're left with this, you then need to detach from the language your mind is using. Yes, that's the one thing that is left. Your consciousness is latched onto English or whatever language you can speak. Your little voice in your head, your consciousness, is using a language, and you need to detach from that language. And once you have detached from that language, you're left with pure cause. It's a flame. This is why the ancients used a flame to symbolize consciousness, because it's a flame. It's an ever-burning flame. Now, words can't describe what it is. You have to go there and find it yourself, because there's no words to describe something that it's not three-dimensional. So once you are left with this pure mind substance, pure consciousness substance, that's the only way I could describe it. That is the real you. That is pure awareness, pure consciousness, pure creative power, pure God, pure awareness. If you're observing, this is the true essence of you. And you can only connect with this once your consciousness has casted off every single bondage. Because who you think you are is essentially a bunch of programs in your subconscious mind. Now, if you don't know anything about the subconscious, go and watch the Manifestation Mastery course. That tells you everything you need to know about the subconscious. But essentially, who you think you are is a bunch of programs. You've been programmed to think your name. You've been programmed about your family, programmed about your reputation, issues, worries. This is not you. You are consciousness. You are God. You are the God universal essence. You are the universe in the deepest aspects of yourself. Now, when I say you are God, I'm not talking about your body. I'm not talking about, this is why when people go crazy when I say you are God, because they don't understand that. They identify themselves with this name, their job, their worries, their cars and their family and their money. That's who they identify themselves. So they can't understand that. But when they detach from all of that, they're left with pure consciousness, and they realize everyone is this pure consciousness. It's inside of me, it's inside of you, it's inside of the squirrel. And this is God's consciousness. Now, once thought has been removed, once activity, thought, and emotion has been removed, other aspects of your consciousness can start to open up. Now, what do I mean? All of your life, you've been thinking, you've been feeling. You've never had time to turn off the thinking mind and the activity of the mind of consciousness. Once this aspect of your consciousness is shut down, because thought is an aspect of your consciousness, it's the creative part of your consciousness. Once this aspect of yourself has shut down, it opens a door for new aspects of consciousness to come in. Okay? Because you don't think thoughts, you receive thoughts based on your mindset. That's what you set your mind to. So once you shut down thought and the mind aspect of your consciousness, there are new avenues of consciousness which start streaming in, new energy. Your mind opens up and you start to see different things. You may receive amazing pieces of information, downloads, what people call them. Or you can have out-of-body experiences. You could have a mystical experience, because when you meditate long enough and you enter that, you enter very, very deep into your mind, you no longer feel your body. And if you never experienced that, then listen to the gateway tapes in the meditation section of the university, because them gateway tapes will help you get out of your body. Guaranteed. They helped me. They're amazing tapes if you do them properly. But the best time to meditate, people, is in the daytime, because you don't want to be too tired. Unless you have very good willpower. If you have a very powerful mind and you are very advanced mentally, and you can hold yourself and you have mental willpower and you don't let yourself fall asleep, then do it at nighttime. But the best time to do astral projection or meditation or pure consciousness connection meditations is during the day, because you won't fall asleep. And that is the key, balancing between that theta and balancing in that theta brainwave state. Go into brainwaves on another lecture. So essentially, this is real you. You are nothing but everything. And now only people who have connected to consciousness can understand this. I can't teach you these things. These are things I can only point the way for you. You have to go and do this yourself. This is why Christians will forever say that, I'm satanic or Lucifer, because they've never entered their own mind. They've been so scared. They've been made to fear their own mind. The church will tell them not to meditate because it opens their mind to demons. It's absolutely ludicrous. The only demons are just negative aspects of your own mind that you haven't faced yet. And if you're scared of that's why they tell you to be scared of the dark, because they don't want you entering in yourself. because the power is inside of you. The power of creation is inside of you. You can bring a non-physical thought into a physical, tangible reality. Do you know how powerful that is? Every single one of us can do this. You've been doing it your whole life. Before you kick a football, there's a thought. There's a decision made in the invisible realms of consciousness. Then your body brings it into fruition, into manifestation. So essentially, I'm getting a bit off topic here, is you are this invisible consciousness and you need to connect to it. So once the thoughts and the emotions are gone, other aspects of consciousness open up. This is the key. And when you dwell in this place of no thought, this is why Jesus says in Matthew, take no thought 5 times. He says this 5 times to turn off the 5 senses. You have 5 senses you must turn off. Okay, so Buddha, this is why he has a big belly. He wasn't overweight, is because it's symbolizing breath work. The breath work, proper breath work, breathing into the stomach. Not just breathing into the lungs, but deep. When you breathe, you want to breathe it into your stomach. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. That's the proper way of breathing. And this is what it's actually symbolizing. So here's the Temple of Solomon. Jesus went into the temple of God. Okay? Matthew 21:12. Then Corinthians 3:16 says, do you not know that you are the temple of God? So the temple Jesus is entering is himself. Jesus entered into the temple of God. He's entering within himself. He tells you, do you not know that you are the temple of God? And then after he leaves the temple of God, he goes, I tell you the truth, not one stone here will be left on